I am a student of the art and science of communication. Not in the formal sense. I am a student of communication in the way that every human being is. We all live trapped inside our skulls, seeking ways to alleviate our loneliness and fear, looking for someone to understand us, even as we strive to understand ourselves. Ultimately, we all spend our lives studying various means of self-expression. I've spent this summer studying the art and science of communication on YouTube. My original intent was to answer some questions I have about communication formats, especially with regard to art versus entertainment, but I ended up learning about a lot of other stuff. Since April, when I first immersed myself in YouTube culture, some channels like theheyway, 101, a username is useless, and most recently honestovlog, have spoken online or in emails about the art and science of communication on YouTube, and although they may not have used those terms exactly. I am genuinely grateful to the creators of these channels for putting out interesting ideas, even when I disagree with them, and for opening the doors to real discourse in a landscape that appears to be increasingly about fluff instead of stuff. After an almost 4-month immersion in YouTube culture, I worry that we have become so shallow that we can only listen to an important message if it's packaged in an entertaining or aesthetically pleasing package. I hope I'm wrong. A real-life friend of mine, who passed away 3 years ago this August, was what I consider to be a genuine vlogger. My definition of a genuine vlogger is someone who is focused on sharing something of importance with us through a series of short videos. And you can still go to his channel. His username was joelsa, and you can see that Joel was an incredible person. He was brilliant, funny, compassionate. He didn't worry about camera angles and lighting. He was more concerned with being honest and making genuine connections with people. He talked about music and books and ideas, and he touched people's lives. I always thought that was what YouTube was really going to be about. But it seems that in the 3 years since Joel died, the Jude has been eroding out of YouTube. Sure, you can make a lot more choices of what to watch, and you can make your own content, but I think many of us get sucked into the part of YouTube that is simply a microcosm of every other media form there is. YouTube is becoming theytube, they being the celebrities that we ourselves create, and the advertisers who help to create a positive feedback loop that celebrates view counts regardless of the message. Because we want to fit in and hang out with the cool kids, be popular, make money, whatever, we make choices about the content we create and the channels we choose to support. How many videos per day are we watching that are actually filler? Tanner, I use that word for you. They're entertaining, but there's no real message, there's no meat, there's nothing to learn or take away from it. You might as well watch television. It is absolutely true that I have been deeply touched by some of the people who have taken time to communicate with me. But as YouTube gets bigger and bigger, by and large the predominant YouTube culture does not seem to be about communication of genuine messages about who we are and how we fit in the universe. Instead, it seems to be about getting views, getting subscribers, self-promotion, and selling t-shirts, or, in the case of Rhett and Link, shoes. And of course we're selling these to the largest demographic, which seems to be 13 to 17-year-olds. Some days I get more messages in my inbox about sites that will sell me the secret of getting more subs than actual correspondence. And Twitter seems to be largely about increasing the presence of the celebrities in our minds. It's about celebrities reminding followers to watch the videos or watch their friends' videos and to buy the t-shirts. The thing that worries me is how quickly even I was swept up by that culture. I ventured into this as an objective observer collecting data, and yet there were definitely times when I forgot to be objective and felt the drive to get more comments and more views. I believe that this is a direct result of my midbrain translating comments and views as acceptance by the tribe and a rise in status. Whatever it was definitely addictive. Now, I'm not saying that entertaining videos are bad. Elmify is a genuine vlogger. She shares her real-life experiences, and she happens to be very entertaining, but I'd like to focus on her message. Elmify very gently gets us to look at ourselves, at all the facets of what makes us who we are in the world. And when we laugh during her videos, we're really laughing at our own foibles. She teaches us to be lighthearted and compassionate with ourselves as we try to find balance between passion and reason, our inner child and the adult that we hope to become. Not everyone can be an elmify, though, and not everyone can be the Heyway or Sister Salad. And my question is, do we need to be? Isn't it possible that many people have something of value to share that is not wrapped up in a pretty package of entertainment value? I guess I'm just suggesting that we listen more carefully to the people who don't have thousands or even hundreds of subscribers. I'm suggesting that people may have something of value to say, even if we don't necessarily see that value at the outset. For example, several people have spoken about makeup tutorials as though the channel owners of such shows, other than jpmetz, hallowed be her name, are somehow lowering themselves or doing the only thing that they can to garner views. But have any of us actually asked a random sample of these folks what is actually going on in their minds? Isn't it possible that makeup is an art form even if I don't understand or practice it? I know a lot of people who consider their physical presence to be of tremendous importance, and that it is a statement of who they are in the world. So should I judge them when they are willing to share that value system with me and the rest of the world? And how about people who just talk to the camera, sharing the events of their days? Should I really expect JoJo 20-1 to be entertaining as he talks about the death of his good friend, or the joy of being with his nieces? He's sharing himself. His life is his message. Is it fair to judge the delivery system of that kind of message? How about Esther? Do we expect her to worry about lighting, or do we listen to the message and remember that we should be grateful for each moment of our lives? Because that is her message. Boy, okay, you can see why I don't vlog. I go on forever. So let me wrap this up. If you belong to Way's forum, then you know that an experiment in text form is about to begin where we will really try to get to know each other. And I'm suggesting that we do the same for people outside the forum. I'm suggesting that we occasionally look beyond the lack of entertainment value or aesthetic and hear the voices of those who have not yet been heard. That we practice the art and science of communication, but focus on presenting and hearing the underlying messages. That we really listen carefully to each other and to those outside our normal YouTube clicks, no matter how crummy the lighting is, and even if there are no talking fruits involved.